Hey students, welcome to part 2 of this upcycling video for toilet paper and paper towel roll characters. I hope you have all your craft supplies with you. If not, let's pause this video and get all of our supplies together. Please remember that you should have a parent present if you're going to be using scissors, markers, or any objects like that. Right now, we can't leave and go to the store, so I got all of the items that I could find around my house. These are the toilet paper rolls. One of them was a paper towel roll, and I cut it in half to make 2 smaller rolls. Make sure that you get all of the tissue paper off of the roll before you use it for crafts. Then I used some of this mesh material that was in one of my dresses. I cut it out to upcycle it for one of these projects. I found some straws and some different packing material and construction paper. I found a couple pipe cleaners that I used for another craft that can be upcycled for this. And then I had some markers, glue, and scissors. Your craft supplies don't have to look exactly like this. This is just what I found. Alright, now we are ready to start making our characters. I want to make Pikachu first. I didn't have any yellow construction paper, so I took a white piece of paper and I just colored part of it with a yellow marker. If I have to color the rest of it, then I will, but right now I did about that much. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we cut the cover to fit the toilet paper roll. So you want to line that up the edge of the paper, and then if you have a pencil, use a pencil, but I do not have a pencil, so I'm going to use a pen and make the mark right there. Alright, and now that we have our mark, we are going to use scissors just to cut along that line that we made. And like I said, please make sure that your parent is present if you are going to be using scissors. Once you have that cut out, we're going to wrap it around the toilet paper roll. And now that it's not a roll for toilet paper because we are upcycling it, we're going to call it a craft roll because that's what it is now. So when you cut the piece of paper, you're probably going to have quite a bit left over. That's okay. You can use Scotch tape to hold the placement of the paper when you wrap it around. I don't have Scotch tape right now, so I'm going to be using stick glue. Ooh, and it's purple. So I'm going to be putting the glue directly on there. You don't want to get too much, but you want to get enough that it will stay on there. So I'm just going to attach it, trying to line it up the best I can. And I'm just smoothing it down with my thumb. Right. I'm gonna roll it around. You want to make sure that it's tight because when you draw the face on or add googly eyes, I don't have any googly eyes, I wish I did, but whenever you add on stuff like that, you want to make sure that the initial wrapping is really tight. If you're using liquid glue like Elmer's glue, you might want to wait 5 to 10 minutes for the glue to dry before you move on to adding things to your craft roll character. Right now I am adding the glue to the very end of my paper. So I'm just going to smooth it down. And again, since I use stick glue, it shouldn't ooze out because I use not too much. So after you feel like It's nice and secure, whether you used tape or glue. You can even staple it if your parents have a stapler at your house. So now our craft roll is in his Pikachu skin. So we know that Pikachu has a tail and he has 2 cute big ears. Now we could draw this on there, or we could try to add on the pieces ourselves. I'm gonna attempt to add on his ears right now. So his ears are pointy and long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pen and I'm gonna draw 2 Pikachu ear shapes the best that I can on the piece of paper that I colored yellow. So I drew the black on the tips of his ears and cut them out. I made them just a little bit longer than what I want to show, because we're gonna have to take some of that and glue it. You could glue it on the outside, but I am gonna glue it on the inside just so that you don't see that on the outside of the roll. And from the front view, it will look like this. So I'm gonna put the glue on the outside of the ears, the part that I did not color. Getting it evenly on both sides. Then I'm gonna take that, just stick it right on the inside and hold it just for a few seconds to make sure that the glue sticks. And if you're using tape, you won't have to hold on at all. Now time for the other ear. Alright, so Pikachu has his ears now, but now he needs a tail. I had 1 yellow pipe cleaner and I just kind of smushed it into a little zigzag like Pikachu's tail. And I'm going to take this end point and see if I can poke a hole in the back of the craft roll so that I can stick the tail in. So now I'm just going to put the pipe cleaner in there, and on the inside I'm going to twirl it into a little ball so that it won't come back out through the hole. So now Pikachu has his tail nice and secure. Now that we have his ears and his tail, we just have to draw his face. First, I'm going to draw his face with a pen. I wish I had a pencil so I could erase my mistakes, but since I don't, I'm just going to be very careful. This is the face that I drew for Pikachu, and I'm going to need black and red for Pikachu's face. So I have my black and red markers. Pikachu is complete. Pikachu! What is your favorite Pokemon? And if you love Pokemon as much as me, I challenge you to make all the Pokemon characters. I think that Charmander is probably my favorite Pokemon besides Pikachu. Pikachu is definitely one of my favorites. Pikachu! For the next character, I'm going to try to make a jellyfish. I didn't have any strings to use for the jellyfish, so I just cut up some old pieces of fabric that I had for the jellyfish legs. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did for Pikachu and put the toilet paper roll up to the construction paper, the colored paper, or if you have markers, you can just color the roll itself. So, mark my spots. And then I'm just going to cut along that line so that we have the perfect skin. And if you don't want to cut across the line, you can make the line wavy, whatever shape that you want it to be. It kind of depends on what character you're making. I could have done a wavy design for the jellyfish, but I am adding the jellyfish tentacles on, so it's not really necessary. All right, so that's a good fit. So now we're gonna add our glue, tape, scissors, whatever you were using. For the first piece that goes on, I like to put the glue or tape onto the roll first so that it's nice and tight. Just get down with the fingers. And then we just roll the paper all the way around, nice and tight again. All right, now that it's nice and dry, I am going to make holes using a pencil around the whole bottom of my roll so that I can attach the legs. I could staple, tape, or glue them, but I think the easiest way will be to make some holes and just pull it through and tie it on the inside. I made the holes and got the tentacles in. If you have a couple that are a little longer than the other pieces, just try to cut those off. Make sure you're having a parent help you to make it about the same size as the other one, or if you like the way it looks with different extra long and extra small, then just leave it how it is. We don't want everybody's to be exactly the same. So now that we have the tentacles on, jellyfish don't really have a face, but I wanted to give it a nice shiny face. I had some material that I'm upcycling that was the backing of a box, but you could use aluminum foil if you want shiny eyes, or if you have googly eyes, or you could just use a marker to draw the face on. I plan to take the marker and draw some cute little spots. Jellyfish usually have little spots on them. So right now I'm gluing on the shiny eyes. And since we gave the jellyfish shiny eyes, I'm going to give the jellyfish a nice shiny smile as well. So I cut this off camera so you weren't just watching me put legs on and cut a smiley face out. And you're going to want to let your face have time to dry before you start decorating your jellyfish. So I'm going to go ahead and let that dry, and once it's dry, I'm going to add on the spots. Alright, my face on my jellyfish is dry. I used blue, green, purple, and a little bit of yellow to make my dots on my jellyfish. I made them all the way around the jellyfish body. So now we have our completed jellyfish, our newest friend to Pikachu. And also, if you'd like to make a hanger for your jellyfish, you can just use a hole punch or a pencil to make a hole on either side so that you have a handle to make your jellyfish float. Alright students, for our last character, we are going to make a Ninja Turtle, specifically Mikey. I have green construction paper, so I'm not going to have to color this time for the wrapping of our craft roll. I already drew the lines of where I need to cut at, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Which Ninja Turtle is your favorite Ninja Turtle and why? I think that Mikey's my favorite turtle because he likes to eat pizza, and I love pizza. I bet my favorite pizza probably is not your favorite pizza. My favorite pizza is onion pizza. I don't like pepperonis or sausage or anything like that. I like onion pizza. What's your favorite pizza and what's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Alright, so now I have my Ninja Turtle skin cut out. So I'm going to do the same thing with my stick glue as we did for Pikachu and our jellyfish. I'm going to add the right amount, not too much, not too little. Start my wrap there. Remember, we got to hold that down for a few seconds if we're using glue. And then we wrap our roll nice and tight. And then we're gonna close our roll up with glue, tape, staples, whatever you have. So my Ninja Turtle wrap is nice and secure. And like I said, I wanted to do Mikey today, and I didn't have orange, so I'm going back to use the paper that we used for Pikachu's ears, and I made a nice orange band for Mikey's mask, and I'm just going to cut that out. I'm going to remind you students again, if you are using scissors, make sure you have a parent helping you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little triangle out here so that it looks like part of the mask is coming off, because if you've seen the Ninja Turtles, they usually have a little bit of the mask sticking off their face. So I'm going to go back with the scissors. I'm going to just cut a little triangle. I'm going to go from the corners. Make two little slits. That way my triangle will be a nice shape to give that mask ribbon look. You could also trace this with a pencil or pen and cut it out that way. Right. So we want to make sure that that piece is going to be sticking out. So we want to wrap with it already out as much as you would like for it to be, with a little bit of slack to add the glue. So start with this piece out, hold it out as much as you want sticking out, minus a little bit for the glue, and we're going to wrap there. I'm going to hold my piece, and I'm just going to add the glue, and where I'm holding the piece at is where I know to lay the start of the mask. Just gonna put that on there and press it down. And you don't need to glue the whole thing. You can if you want to, but it's better to save the glue. So now we're at the end and we want this out. So we're gonna wrap this part underneath there, or you could cut off the excess. It's just up to you and what you would like to do with your Ninja Turtle. Added a little bit of glue there, and I am gonna wrap mine underneath. I had to push that up a little bit so that I could fit it under there. And now I can take the edge of the mask and bring it down to about the point that I still have enough of the mask pointing off the side. So I'm gonna hold that down with one finger and use the other finger to hold it up to place the glue dots there. Added a little bit more glue, and I'm doing that same thing by holding one finger there, another finger there to make that ribbon stick out. Right. Now that it's nice and secure, it's time to add eyes to our Ninja Turtle. I wish that I had some googly eyes, but since I don't, I'm going to draw my turtle's eyes on. You want to make sure that you put it right in the middle of the mask. You don't want it too close to the ribbon or too far away from the ribbon where it doesn't look even with the mask. And now we're going to add the nose, and the nose is right under the mask. So I'm just going to make kind of a large upside down U for the nose, because the turtles kind of have a bit of a button nose because they're turtles. Alright. Kind of looks like a sad face until you get the mouth on, but this is my Ninja Turtle's nose. And now it's time to make Mikey's mouth. Alright, now we have Mikey. Now I need to make the rest of his friends, right? Alright, so we have Mikey the Ninja Turtle. We have our jellyfish. And we have Pikachu. My first craft rolls to play with. I need to name the jellyfish. What should I name him? I think I'm going to name him Josh the Jellyfish. I can't wait to hear about what you guys make. Have fun, and remember, always ask a parent if you're using scissors or glue or markers, and always ask for help during crafts. Have a great day.